Man, oh man, oh man. Seeing everything going on with PlayStation, I just saw on Twitter that PlayStation Network was down for like 24 hours. They just got it restored. It got to the point to where even Krispy Kreme was like, hey, for all the people that are affected by the PSN shutdown right now, you guys get a free donut. And people were arguing over that. Like, what? Just one free donut? Which I thought was funny. But the reason why I'm talking about this stuff is because PlayStation is there's just more stuff that is happening more and more and more. And this one was very interesting. It caught my eye. I saw it on Twitter, so I was checking out the post, and I read a little bit of the article. But basically, PlayStation California office, which I think is in San Mateo, I believe. I know they have multiple offices, but one of them is in San Mateo. They fired undisclosed number of employees. Going on with this whole thing, they didn't really say, like, obviously it's undisclosed. They didn't say who or what was, or like how many people were laid off. The only person that we know is one person who is a senior design technologist named Oscar Diaz, who worked there for like 5 years, almost 5 years. They recently just got laid off. And the reason why is because he posted on LinkedIn saying that most of my team was just laid off from PlayStation. It was a dream to get to work with Sony on a platform I grown up playing since the PS1 and contribute to the PS5, the PlayStation Portal, the PlayStation VR 2, and the PlayStation app and future consoles. If you know anyone who needs an engineer experience native console UI, feel free to reach out. Looking at what he worked on was like UI and UX in regards to PlayStation. So it's like your menus and things like that you would see. Well, while working with the UI, they were also prototyping new types of UI and also doing some adjustments, things like that. While working on the UX and UI, if you guys don't know, it's the user interface and user experience for PlayStation, which are like your menus, things like that. They're also doing some prototyping and doing some experimentation with probably some future stuff, or try to bring things back in the past. That's usually what happens. But apparently they thought a lot of people were wondering why is this the case? Why would you have like your UI, your UX, and especially like some programmers and stuff get laid off and then also not tell anybody? So a lot of people were asking questions about this, and PlayStation has not even announced it at all. The last time when they announced something like this is when they laid off 900 people, ending up closing the PlayStation in London, I believe, their studio. So it's very, 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 very interesting to see. They said that Oscar Diaz posts across his social media pages revealed that he and the majority of his team were laid off from PlayStation with no reason provided for the job cuts. So who knows? It could have been like performance-wise. It could be like they found something that could do their job, but like just cheaper. Who knows? It's very, very interesting. The studio refused to explain the actions, fuels speculation with the community now theorizing why particular layoffs have taken place. But the one that really came up, which was very interesting for a lot of people, was that SN Systems, that apparently has been with PlayStation since 2005, I believe. They were officially fully integrated with PlayStation. So, and what they are pretty much a provider of programming tools for PlayStation developers in the Sony Interactive Entertainment. They made the move public just a day before Oscar posted about the layoffs, which was very interesting to me. Given that both Oscar's department and SN Systems specialize in tools development, this theory does indeed sound plausible and may be the reason beyond the cuts. So we don't actually know for sure 100% because PlayStation won't let people know. They will not notify the public, hey, we laid off more people, and I'm trying to figure out why. Maybe there's like the change of CEOs, because if you guys don't know, or if you guys haven't heard, that Herman Hulst, he has a boss now, and that Nishino is now taking his place and like trying to correct everything. So it's just very interesting to see. And the reason why I say the whole thing with SN Systems and Sony is because this is on the Sony Interactive page right here, and it just says Sony Interactive Entertainment announces the integration of a wholly owned subsidiary of SN Systems, and pretty much where people were like, this seems weird, or like, what is going on here? So the thing is, it's very, very interesting because that Oscar Diaz works at, or where he worked at, was in San Francisco, and people were like trying to do investigative work and like trying to piece it together. They were saying, hey, he works at San Mateo, or he works at the San Mateo office. Could be wrong, but that's what people are speculating, that he worked at the San Mateo office, and San Mateo is the one, the PlayStation in San Mateo is the one that got hit. The reason why they're saying that, because it seems like pieces together, because SN Systems America, the only one in the US, is in San Mateo. So it's very interesting. We don't know. Not entirely sure if that is the case, but from what I am guessing, and this is what I'm speculating, you have two groups. They both do the same thing, and you're paying them both. I don't know. It could either be a performance thing where it's like, you know, this team just didn't do well. I want to say underperformed, but like they didn't do well. There were some issues or whatever. It obviously affects the company. Or what it could be is that SN Systems, you know, they can do all these projects and everything for a lot cheaper. Who knows? So that's what I'm wondering where it comes with this information. I tried Googling around and looking for it, and people were, and there's they're like trying to figure out some reasons behind it, and they're saying like, oh well, SN Systems is more creative and things like that, which I'm like, well, if that's the case, then that means the other team weren't creative, and that's a problem. I'm not entirely sure, so I don't know. We will not know until pretty much PlayStation says something about this. But it is very weird to see that, you know, PlayStation or these people just got laid off secretly and nothing else has happened. Now, on top of that, like I said, with PlayStation London, which also is a very interesting thing, because in the UK, their like headquarters is, or the head office, which I was like, oh, interesting, very interesting. But, you know, the 900 workers that were laid off at PlayStation London, 8% of the global workforce, which ending up shutting down that whole studio and everything, which was very, very interesting. I didn't know much about it until I read an article later on about it. So, which was insane. But as we know, PlayStation just has not been doing so hot over the years, especially with 2024. It just wasn't their year. A lot of layoffs. Then you had a studio that you acquired, but then you shut it down because, of course, it's Concord, where 150 people were laid off, which sucks. And then the thing is, you have people from, this is the last part of the article, which I thought was very interesting. So I don't know how it's going to be. If you're going to be a Halo fan, I guess you'd say. What was happening is that a lot of people got laid off from, I mean, everybody got laid off with Concord. Well, here's the interesting thing. In this last section right here, they're talking about the game and the portfolios and everything with AAA industry. Firewalks members appeared to be doing just fine. Just recently coming to light that Pamela, I think it's Piscatello, or it's Piscatello or Piscatella. I am sorry if I messed it up. Director of marketing operations behind the infamous Hero Shooter, landed a job as a senior product marketing manager in the Halo franchise, which is pretty much Halo Studios. I don't know from anybody else, but for me personally, I just think it's weird, because it's like when people were talking about Concord and things like that, not many people knew about the game. Like when people were like, oh, a game is not doing so well or whatever, people were like, what game? And then people were like, Concord. They're like, this is released by PlayStation? They're like, yeah. And it's like, I didn't hear of this. So that means that is not good on the marketing part, because not nobody, but not many people knew about the game. So that is not good on marketing side. So this is very concerning for Halo Studios and the people that work at Halo, and then also the Halo fans, because who knows, if another Halo game comes out and this person is working there might be a possibility that we may not know what the hell is going on. Or if there's an update with Halo that we may not know anything about it, unless somebody has to report it or something. I don't know. So hopefully this person that moved over, hopefully they learn from their mistakes at Concord with Firewalk Studios, and they're like, hey, okay, I need to be more on this about products and stuff. Who knows? But so far, it is just interesting with PlayStation that people are just things are just dwindling down more, which I think is very interesting. I think it would help as well. I'm not saying it's bloat. It could be bloat, but me personally, I don't think it's really bloat. It's just like, no, actually, no. It's bloat. I think it's bloat, because it's like, okay, we have a lot of people here not really doing much, or we have spending too much money on duplicate resources, things like that. I think that's what it is right now. They're like, okay, so now let's look into resources. Do we have multiple of the same resource? If we do, which one does better? And then which one that we can pay less, pretty much, or, you know, that are cheaper. So all this stuff is happening with PlayStation. Hopefully they turn out fine. It was just interesting to see, and it was a weird coincidence, conspiracy maybe, that when these people got laid off, PlayStation Network just shut down, which was very interesting. So it's just my wild guesses and my opinions and thoughts and stuff. But what do you guys think about the whole situation that is going on with PlayStation? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you were a studio and people were being laid off and stuff, would you let the public know that, hey, we had to lay off some more people, or would you hide it in the shadows until something is there? I guess so like never mind. I was going somewhere with it and I completely forgot, but that's all I got for this. It's so weird talking about this stuff and reporting it and stuff again, because my brain is just jumbling everywhere. So, but if you guys want to check out this article, I'll make sure I'll have it linked down below. And also, yeah, appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. And again, sorry that I haven't been uploading lately because just having issues with OBS software. And also I got some stuff. I got more upgrades and everything for my PC. So either next week or this upcoming week or the week after, I should be building my PC. I might do a video on that one of me upgrading my PC. So who knows? So I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.